Hello all, it's just Paul again. I'd like to show you what we've been working on tonight. Still detailing this second President Jackson with the 6-group band switch up to F. This one's had a few modifications done. First of all, it's quite obvious the LED in the meter has been changed to a white. It's a bit more worn than the last one. The last one is pretty much new old stock. This one has had a normal life. All right, what else has occurred? Okay, so this is the ASC automatic squelch control. It's also a radio that's come from France. This one has had a modification done on the fine coarse control, and the coarse control is a power adjustment. Obviously the previous owner had amplifiers. Right, so we're going to open this up and just show what I've actually had to go through and neaten up. Back in a second. All right, covers are off. The first thing that I did when I started working on the radio was replace the 1000 UF capacitors with a 2200 50 volt. What they did was brighten up the display, and during transmit there is no dulling of the display. All right, the first things that I noticed that somebody had worked on this is there's obviously a earthing to the tuning cans to try and stop the drift on the clarifier. Second thing that I noticed is there was quite a few wires added to the board, and a few modifications here. This is not original. This is not original. And definitely this is not original. And now when I opened up the radio, this was just cable tied over here, loosely sitting in here. It had electrician's tape on everything. The leads were all very, very long, and it was generally a pretty poor job. Although all the workmanship had in the board and where things had been added were of reasonable quality. What is it? From what I gather, this is a board used with the variable power. All right, so what did I do? Well, the first thing I did, I should have taken videos. I apologise for that. What I did was create a bracket. So I drilled, there was one factory hole here, which I enlarged, and I made this hole here. I used a right angle bracket here, and with double-sided 3M tape, put this module on top of that. And that makes it all very, very hard. Okay. I then removed all of the wires, which had just electrician's tape on, which were all unraveling, and there was tape all around here. There were wires that were just bent and had tape on the end of them. I removed all of those or cut them all the way back. This wire here, this jumper, this had electrician's tape on here, and it was all half unwound. So all I've done is just neatened it up, put shrink wrap on here, made sure that the solder was correct and there were proper joints. This one here had black electrician's tape on, and it was all unravelled. It looked quite silly. And this had electrician's tape wrapped around it several times. So the situation is that it's looking a lot neater tonight. This radio is quite stable versus the other Jackson that I have that moves around a tiny bit more. So we're going to do some work on the other Jackson. I'm going to add a crystal heater on this crystal, and this crystal on the other radio in order to stabilize. All right, so this radio puts out PEP around 20 watts. It's not, the other radio puts out around 35 to 40 watts. Okay, the other thing that this radio appears to have had is the modification where you update all the resistors in this circuit here so that it doesn't get front-end overload in the ALC circuit from strong stations. All right, that's my video. One of the things that I plan to do with this is get a new faceplate made, and that faceplate is going to have, where it says fine coarse, I'm going to have, see if I can get that made, and fine power. I'm just going to finish polishing up this bezel tonight because it was really showing its age, and going to just do the underside. Anyway, beautiful. What is it? 25 megahertz to 28305. And so I can use it on the handbands with my license. Thank you. Remember, comment, subscribe, leave comments, a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. Thank you. Bye-bye.